Shalom. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and one third. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households, Lord willing, as we approach the end. Okay. We've got a lot of spirits creative of vengeance in this world, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai is providing the hopeful elect with the spiritual ability and to see these things. Okay, where it connects up in your mind, right? All the jigsaw puzzles come together. Whether it's revelation of the method where Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the powers that be show these instances in their movies, okay, in their shows, and we've been seeing people with uh, these kind of evil spirits on them. Okay, the movie like The Purge comes to mind. Also, zombie apocalypse type situations. All right, and a lot of spirits are being, Esau messing with CERN, and all these other gateways that have been opened up for Yahweh Shem Shai. Because the Lord is releasing all these evil spirits, because Yahweh Shem Shai, deals with the right hand side as well as the left hand side. Isaiah 45 verse 7. Okay, the Lord deals with the good side and the evil side, peace and evil. All right, and there's going to be a time where in the UK 999 won't be available, 911 won't be available, and I'm already getting spiritual notifications that the police are not taking a lot of things seriously anymore. I've also noticed where just 4 or 5 years ago, where you'd get a ticket for parking your car in a certain place on certain roads, because a lot of roads in the UK have parking bays now where you're going to pay to park your car, even outside your house, even if you don't have a driveway. Okay. Now, certain instances back in the day, you'd get a ticket for that. Now they don't really give tickets. They don't really care. The parking attendants that go around putting tickets on people's cars, they're not dealing with that. They're not dealing with small things, and at some point, they're not dealing with medium things, and they're going to stop dealing with large things. And a lot of police stations here in the UK, and I'm sure in the States as well, have closed down, especially here in the UK. Okay. But nevertheless, whether these police stations are open or closed, a lot of police are not going to deal with this, because when all hell breaks loose, okay, the police are not going to work for free. No one's going to work for free, especially when all hell's breaking loose. The police are going to be busy looking after their own kith and kin, their wives and children, just like in the movie World War Z, when you see Brad Pitt inside the store. I believe it's a huge pharmacy or some kind of supermarket, and he's running in there to get some supplies for his family. And an Israelite or a Jake police officer, a so-called black man, runs in, right? And Brad Pitt puts his arms up because he's got a rifle or a shotgun in his hand, okay, thinking that, okay, the police are running up. But what happens? The copper, blanks him, didn't even look at him, and just grabbed what he needed to grab for his family. Because at that time, when all hell's breaking loose, you think that anybody's going to give a shit about so-called law and order? Everyone's going to be worried about themselves. Okay, because the whole world is going to go to SHIT, especially Ground Zero America. Okay, doesn't mean it's not going to happen in other parts of the world. It's definitely going to happen in the UK, because UK and America are part and parcel, on the same kind of platform, even though America is Ground Zero Babylon and it's going to be blown off the face of the earth. All right. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, a lot of people are just going to see this as news. It's not going to come to their doorstep, but these people are going to come to your doorstep. The people that you don't see on a daily basis, even if you do see them, and certain people you do see or you don't see, the quiet ones or the not so quiet ones, all these different kind of characters. that believe in this world, that have taken the juicy juice, that have taken certain things in their body during the 1-9 thing. Okay, all these things are manifesting, and Esau Edom on the left hand side has buttons they can push, certain vibrations they can push, which will connect with whatever is in these individuals to make them go a little bit freaking crazy. Okay, but ultimately these are spirits, as you know. It's not all so-called science. It's also all spiritual, left-hand side spirits. All right, and once 999 or 911, okay, you're gonna hear boot 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 or bleep bleep bleep. No one's picking up, or an engaged sound on the phone, or no sound at all. Okay, a lot of you women, a lot of you men that use Big Daddy Esau as backup. Okay, and especially you women that have got your husbands, your Israelite husbands, or your Israelite boyfriends into trouble, especially when Jake was trying to do the right thing. There's a lot of hell going to be unleashed. Okay, just imagine, hundreds, if not thousands, of people on a similar temperature. Okay, and no police. Okay, no one protecting you. Independent women, faggots, weirdos. Okay, as horrible as it is, even children are going to get attacked. Babies. Okay, a lot of you men are going to start cowering in the corner when these things start happening. Okay, because your Glock 9 has only got so many bullets. Was it Glock 9? Wherever it is, Glock 20, Glock 21, whatever it is. Glock 17, I don't know. All right. Okay. And I'm just going to play the video so you can get a little idea. Apparently they've caught the guy, because I saw this video segment a couple of days ago and I had it saved and watched later, and I think it was a couple of days ago. As time goes by, we're starting to forget certain things as well, because we're in a Esau, man, giving us these memory problems. But let's play this. Let's get to the core part.
A prosecutor said in court today that this suspect, a stranger to the family, has, quote, a lot of issues. 29-year-old Jason Nichols made his first court appearance Monday on charges he invaded a home in Fairfield and terrorized a family. He did not enter a plea and appeared calm, just like he was when he first showed up at the home near Burbank Drive on April 7th, as seen on viral videos posted online. The homeowner who had left the house earlier doesn't know him and speaks to him through a ring camera.
Can you open this door, please?
For what?
I just want to make sure that everything's okay. There seems to be something going on.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just figured I'd check on something.
I don't know what you want, man. Get out of my house.
Open this fucking door.
The interaction soon becomes even more concerning.
Where's your daughter,
What are
man?
you talking about?
Where's your daughter? Who's in there with you?
The stranger's wearing a black
Where's your
trench coat
daughter?
and at one point identifies himself as a fictional wizard and private investigator from an urban fantasy series.
My name is Harry Dresden, motherfucker. Open the door. This is my neighborhood.
The resident repeatedly asks him to leave. The man again demands entry with a threat.
No, or I will fucking end you. Do you understand me?
And then this happens. He continues yelling at the top of his lungs and, according to authorities, eventually ends up inside the home after breaking a gate and opening a sliding door. The homeowner's pregnant wife and 5-year-old child are terrified and hide in the garage. The homeowner, meanwhile, rushed back home and confronted the suspect with a shovel. The suspect ended up grabbing the shovel from the resident, and both ended up getting hit in the head with it. Fairfield police arrested Nichols at the scene. He lives behind the family's home, but a motive is not known.
Shocking. Just that is happening right there. I mean, it's right across the street from us.
Abby Newton said she's concerned, especially after police on Monday said Nichols is under investigation for allegedly annoying a child unrelated to the home invasion 2 days before that incident.
Very disturbing. Very, yes, because there's children all over the place. And it scared me because I was home at that time of the day.
So the man's attorney said today that her client has no priors and that this is a one-time isolated incident. The DA says this man clearly is a threat. The judge agreed, set bail at $250,000. The man is still in custody on charges of burglary, assault, vandalism, and criminal threats. Live in Fairfield, Henry Lee, KTQ, Fox 2 News.
Just bear with me, getting some scriptures. Let's go to Isaiah 45, verse 7. Salak, if I'm speaking a little low, it's 5:20 in the morning. Early hours. Shalom Babakar, by the way. You know. The guy actually got inside the house. Okay. The homeowner came home, rushing home. Right? The man's pregnant wife was at the yard. Okay. See, these are the kind of scenarios you're going to be coming into. There's going to be times you won't be able to get home on time. All right. And then electricity outages as well. You might not be able to have communication like this to even see someone entering your home. Okay. So these spirits, man, they're livening up. And the hopeful elect are getting a little insight into this already to get spiritually and mentally and Lord willing, Lord willing, spiritually prepared, and to a certain degree physical as well. Okay, so the hopeful elect are covered with the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Okay, but if you're not part of the elect, okay, if you're not part of the elect, all right, you're a 2/3 or you're a heathen, okay, or an unelect Israelite, you're in big trouble. Isaiah 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem B'Hawashai, do all these things. The Lord deals with everything. All right. Esau, Edom, being given all this knowledge, limited knowledge anyway, but he's got knowledge where Esau does a diligent search. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem has been giving all this, giving all this knowledge to Esau, Edom on the left-hand side to open gateways. And Lord and the Lord Yahweh Hashem has been letting all these spirits come through. And they're going to come to purge America and other parts of the world. Okay? And that's just a little insight. And the guy was wearing his robe and flip-flops. Some crazy Edomite. But his reactions, how he's behaving, hitting the door, kicking it, he almost slipped, of course. But it's sort of like reminiscent or reminds you of certain zombie type movies where zombies go crazy. Which one is it? With Will Smith. What's that movie? I Am Legend. When he's got one of them zombies trapped in his basement or something, and the zombie's going crazy, punching the wall or whatever. This kind of reminds you of that, because that guy was like kicking the door and using the bell, or he pulled the bell off and he had a bit of the chain in his hand and he's whacking the door with it. Sort of reminds you of that. Which means that these spirits are created to do overkill as well. So you put a blade or a machete in this person's hand, okay, when he hits his target, he ain't going to stop. He ain't going to stop. Okay? Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made these spirits? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay? And there's various ways the Lord's going to get people. Okay? Verse 29. Fire. Okay? Forest fires, nuclear fire, buildings on fire. All right? And hail. Crazy hailstones falling out of the sky, the size of golf balls, and bricks coming with great speed, cracking your skull open. Right? And famine, starvation. Okay, the shelves are looking empty, aren't they? And death. All these were created for vengeance. Verse 30. Animals, coyote attacks, mountain lions, bears, Esau, Edom, when all hell breaks loose, will have everything automated. Well, not automated. Well, they'll have their agents or people in place where they'll press buttons in certain zoos and animal. Let's just call them animal prisons. You know, where Esau, Edom keeps the so-called zoo, where Esau, Edom keeps animals and pets, exotic animals. They're going to be released into the streets. Okay, animals are going to change their places, right? Loosely paraphrasing the scripture. Okay, you're going to have that. You're going to have a lot of people with exotic animals in their home, okay, that are going to be released. You're going to have a lot of exotic animals that won't be fed for a long time. And they might break out on their own accord. The Lord will send spirits that way, you know, to get these animals, anaconda type situations or whatever, right? Breaking out, looking for food. Okay? Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. When Yahweh Shai, gives the go ahead to these spirits to do what these spirits are created to do, they're not gonna moonwalk backwards and say, Lord, we don't feel like doing this today. Can we do it tomorrow? Or we don't want to do it at all. Nope. They are gonna do it because the Lord says, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. They're not going to go against the say-so of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay? So this is just a little prelude to what's going to happen on a grand scale. Okay? Imagine hundreds of people like that. No 999, no 911. 999 is a phone, emergency phone number here in the UK. Okay? All right? A lot of single women like to live alone, don't they? All right? Okay? You got people already watching you, spying on you. You know, the quiet ones saying hello to you in the corridors of your apartment blocks. You know, you don't really speak to them. People looking at you across the road, staring at you. Right? And even the ones that are so-called nice to you, that you know of, they're going to turn on you as well. So it's really going to get vile out here. Okay? We can, our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that make videos daily, and I urge you to subscribe to the Men of the Lord, the Men of Great Millstone, okay, have elaborated on this many times spiritually. Okay? And this is going to be, as our apostles and elders say, there's a time to prophesy and there's a time for these things to actually happen. And it's going to happen because there's only so long you can talk about it. And it's only so long America, Babylon, the rest of the world can go like this. Because we're in a very evil, degenerate world, man. Okay? Full of flip-flop people, rainbow people, people that mess with children, people that do demonic practices, poison food and water, poison air, people are already crashing out, okay, because of their problems. And these things are going to amplify, and it's going to make a lot of people snap. And when they snap, these spirits are going to enter their body, okay, because that gateway is opened, right? And then they're going to make them do crazy things. And a lot of people, remember one thing as well, that a lot of people have taken the maccination as well, the juicy juice. As our elders say, snake PISS, okay, during the 1-9 thing. That's also, that's also like a gateway as well. That's why, hence the reason why a lot of people are seeing crazy things. Okay? So this is going to amplify very soon. All right? But the elect don't have to worry. The elect will see these things. The elect will get a little shook. Okay? But they're going to be okay because they have the name of Yahweh Bashim Yashai and they have the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai's protection. Okay? So the elect don't have to worry. But be alert and be aware, whoever you elect members are. And remember, the elect are Israelites, the so-called black, Hispanic, and native Indian man of Negro or Indian descent paternally, on their father's side, pursuant to Numbers 118, as well as Israelite foreigners that are scattered to the four corners of the earth that may not have the original look today due to, you know, the Israelite man having children with women of many, many other nations, you know. And but that spirit, Romans 8:16, the spirit beareth witness, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to wake the elect up. Okay, as Elder Apostle Gabar would say, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yashai, the internet does the heavy lifting, and and that's absolutely correct. That's how I woke up. Okay, via the internet in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yashai. Okay. Nevertheless, I'm gonna leave it there now, and yeah, it's that time. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Abano Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashra, Shalom.